All right, y'all. So Keisha Kayor and Gucci Mane went onto the Breakfast Club in New York City and they did an interview. Now, at first, I thought that the reason for the interview was to promote Gucci's new book. After listening to the interview for about 5, 6 minutes ish, I'm like, okay, so are we here to promote your new book, or are we here to talk about how you are Gucci Mane's savior and controller? Because I'm like, okay, this seems a little bit weird now. Um, I don't know if you guys know, but Keisha Kayor is Jamaican, and a lot of people are tying the fact that Jamaicans practice a lot of what's called obeah, and of course, with spell casting and all of that spiritual demonic stuff. And apparently, she practices this. Listen to this.
First, I thought it was beautiful hearing Keisha open up about the realities of being the wife to someone that has mental health struggles because people act like people don't have schizophrenia, DID, bipolar, borderline personality. Like this happens in real life. So at first, I took Keisha saying that she takes his phone or she deletes apps off his phone whenever he has episodes. I seen it as her being supportive to her husband. But then as I listened to her talk more, I'm trying to figure out how supportive is she really? Because how supportive of a wife can you be when in the same conversation you say that you don't have any mental health issues, that your husband doesn't, that you're stronger than him? What type of supportive wife says that? And then I noticed that Gucci got on his sunglasses the entire interview indoors, which I know celebrities do that, but with this conversation, it gave a little bit more jaded. Especially considering that Keisha basically took over this conversation like Gucci barely said anything, which is weird considering the fact that this is in promo of Gucci's book about him opening up about his struggles with his mental health. Which did he really want to write this book? Because with Keisha like taking over this conversation, it kind of gave that he didn't. The interview kind of gave that the book was Keisha's idea and not Gucci's, considering his lack of involvement in the conversation. And then the fact that after this interview airs, now Keisha's offering $525 mental health consulting sessions on her website when she don't got no license, she don't got no credentials for that. It gives that the support that she's giving her husband is not because she genuinely loves her husband, it's because she sees it as an opportunity for her to do things like this, charging people over $500 for a mental health consulting session. What, girl? I'm seeing people saying that the way she's writing for Gucci is the same way that Kim should have wrote for Kanye and that Kim gave up on Kanye. And no, if your spouse is declining in one aspect, it is your job to help your spouse through thick and thin, and that includes your mental health. But at the same time, it is not a woman's job to make sure that a man's mental health is okay when he has the resources to do so. Kim had her 4 kids that she had to take care of because Kanye wasn't doing it. She had her own business ventures, her own mental health that she had to deal with. Not everyone wants to micromanage a man like this. Or some people may micromanage their partner like this for some time, but then eventually want to put their peace first. And there's nothing wrong with that because this is a lot. Or at the very least, they will stop having kids with him, because when he said that he doesn't want to be around his kids when he's having episodes, I understand that. But why keep on having kids then? Like, why do you have a 4-year-old if that's the case? And it's like good on Keisha for being her spouse's helpmate and helping him through his mental health struggles despite their tumultuous past. But at the same time, stuff like this make it not genuine. Stuff like this makes it all look like a money grab. And considering the fact that we're talking about mental health right now, I hope that's not the case, Keisha.
So I do want to get into this because, as you can see on the screen, Keisha Kayor is offering therapy, or what seems like therapy sessions. Now, of course, she is not calling it therapy sessions. She's calling it one-on-one life coaching with Keisha Kayor. Now, I don't know what Keisha Kayor has done in her life that qualifies her to provide this type of guidance. It does seem like it's something that someone should be licensed to do. But at the same time, hey, I don't know. I mean, maybe she just feels like what she's dealing with Gucci qualifies her to help people in all of their life decisions. I don't know. Do I think she should do it or she should be doing it? If she's making money and she's not hurting anyone, then why not? But at the same time, I think it's very important that her paperwork or waiver or anything that she allows people to have to sign before taking their money and doing this session with them strictly states that she is not licensed, and they agree to proceed with any session that they take on with her. Which it seems like she's done. I mean, she's not a stupid girl. She has businesses and she knows the proper way to go about doing this. So, I mean, hey, would I pay for a session? Hell no.
That crazy tail girl is so obsessed with image and that man that she put a love spell on him.
But I have to take care of him first because he has mental health issues. I don't. I'm stronger than he is.
Well, the biggest
Like Gucci, if you're still in there somewhere, blank, cough, sneeze, let us know you okay. She's obsessed with image, and she cannot risk losing her husband or it would damage her image. That's her brand. Gucci is her brand. She's vain and she's obsessed with image. Look, she has fucking hidden kids. Kids that she's hidden from us because it didn't go well with her brand. Gucci is dealing with what we call in the South roots. That lady got roots on that man. That's witchcraft. Keyshia K'Yor has witchcraft on Gucci. He's not a cologne. He is covered in witchcraft. That whole interview was just bizarre. As someone who knows a lot of schizophrenic people, and I've seen it in different ranges. I've seen it in paranoia. I've seen it in mild. I've seen it in high. I've seen it in an episode. I've seen it on meds. Gucci does not have schizophrenia. He may have had a drug-induced psychotic episode before, here and there, but that ain't what's going on, baby. That is a spiritual battle that's connected to somebody real close to him. That lady who changed her whole face. The amount of men that are like, yeah, she's a good woman, da 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 da. Did you not hear what she said? She called him weak. You have to listen to the way that Keyshia K'Yor is putting together these words. She said she is stronger than him. She is constantly drilling that into his brain that he is weak.
And this last lady made a very good point. I wanted to touch on that as well. If you are a wife and you're supposed to be supportive to your husband, what makes me a little bit iffy and skeptical and give Keyshia the side eye is like, why are you telling this man that he's sick? Why are you telling everyone on the Breakfast Club that you tell him that he's sick? I'm stronger. I'm strong and you're weak. And it's like, I don't know about you, but even as a mom, just anybody that loves someone, it's like you don't say certain things to them. Even if you may believe that certain things are true, you don't say it because it's the mind is just too powerful. And you have to be very careful about what you have people to believe and what you believe yourself. I just find it very, very surprising that someone that loves someone would just be out here saying it's like, you're sick. Oh yeah, I'm strong and he's weak, and that really just threw me off. And I think that was the turning point for me. That had me like, okay, yeah, this woman is very controlling. Something is completely off with this relationship.
Now look, I'm all for any man changing his ways, but everybody know ever since Gucci Man got out of prison, he ain't been the same since. They saying Keyshia K'Yor is his handler, and yes, I believe the same thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. As long as I've known Gucci Man, bro, he ain't never needed nobody to speak for him. He always been a kind of brass kind of guy. You get what I'm saying? He gonna say what's on his mind. But in that Breakfast Club interview, like, she was basically speaking for him. She was speaking for him, calling him sick, saying he needed help. He just needed to take his medicine. You could not talk to the old Gucci Man like that or even insinuate that he couldn't control himself. You get what I'm saying? I definitely do believe that he is under MK Ultra. If you know what MK Ultra is, that's that old school conspiracy theorist stuff that they don't even talk about no more. My grandma always told me eyes are the gateway to the soul, right? So why is he sitting there with shades on in a fully lit room doing an interview? And Keyshia K'Yor just looks wicked. You get what I'm saying? She looks like she know sorcery and witchcraft. I'm just saying, like, I'm not just condemning her to doing that, but it's a look, it's a certain aesthetic that you have to be that kind of person. Gucci Man is not sick. He is being controlled. He's being controlled by the industry because the industry know that Gucci Man is a prominent figure in the black community and he does have a lot of pull, man. The rabbit hole get deep, y'all. I'm for real.